Navigating the Labyrinth of Heartbreak, a journey through the mind. Heartbreak is a profound human experience, a crucible in which we often discover unexpected facets of ourselves. This presentation explores the intriguing duality of our minds, the logical and the emotional, as they grapple with the end of a deeply meaningful relationship. We'll delve into how these two distinct centers of consciousness process loss, reconcile conflicting truths, and eventually, begin the slow, arduous process of healing. W.S. by Wek Sadiq. The unyielding grip of the logical mind. Immediate understanding. The logical mind grasps the harsh reality instantly. The relationship is over, the person is gone, and their actions were often unkind or misleading. Confronting harsh truths. It recognizes patterns of disrespect, unanswered calls, flirting, or prolonged silence, and concludes that the individual is no longer deserving of affection. Accepting finality. This part of the mind acknowledges the total silence, the months of absence, and the strong possibility of a new connection, affirming the definitive end. The logical mind operates with a stark clarity, processing facts dispassionately. It quickly assembles a comprehensive case against the lost relationship, highlighting every flaw and indignity. This rapid acceptance of difficult truths is its strength, yet it often stands in sharp contrast to the emotional mind's stubborn refusal to let go. The persistent echoes of the emotional mind. In stark opposition to the logical mind, the emotional mind retains a profoundly different interpretation of events. Despite hearing every rational argument, it steadfastly refuses to accept the finality of the separation. It is drawn back to cherished moments, tender evenings, shared vulnerabilities, and declarations of eternal love. These vivid memories override any logical evidence, creating a powerful narrative of enduring connection. Recalling tender moments. Relives shared intimacy, promises, and instances of deep connection. Idealizing the past. Focuses on positive memories, ignoring negative behaviors or outcomes. Refusing acceptance. Clings to the belief that the person will return or still cares, despite all evidence. The clashing realities. Logic versus emotion. Logical mind's warnings. It's over. They were no good. It's a waste of energy. It attempts to extinguish any false hope. Emotional mind's schemes. Why not send a letter? Call their mother? Randomly bump into them? Desperate attempts to reconnect. The internal tug of war. A constant battle where the emotional mind subtly dismisses logical reasoning, clinging to idealized memories. This internal conflict is at the core of heartbreak. The logical mind, with its rational arguments, repeatedly tries to douse the flames of hope ignited by the emotional mind. Yet, the emotional mind, primitive and deeply attached, simply turns away, resuming its nostalgic humming and formulating new, often unsettling, schemes for reconciliation. It cannot fathom that someone who once declared love would ever cease to feel it. The idealization trap. A primitive love. Exaggerated virtues. The ex is remembered as an intellectual colossus, a paragon of tenderness, ignoring their flaws. Infantile fidelity. The emotional mind behaves like an infant, naively expecting a return based on past declarations of love. Unwavering loyalty. Like a loyal dog, it continues to circle, howl, and wait for the return of the owner, even when they are long gone. The emotional mind's idealization of the lost lover is a key aspect of heartbreak. It struggles with nuance, clinging to the forever promises, unable to comprehend that someone could stop loving it once they had been charmed. This profound, almost infantile, fidelity can trap individuals in a cycle of longing. This deep-seated longing for a lost figure, be it a lover or a deity, highlights the emotional mind's fundamental need for connection and permanence, regardless of external realities. The logical mind's intervention. A path to healing. The logical mind, recognizing the existential threat posed by unending emotional turmoil, eventually stages a critical intervention. It understands that the entire system, brain and body, is at risk of succumbing to the prolonged grief. Alarm sounding. The logical mind raises a clear, loud alarm, signaling the need for drastic change to prevent collapse. Forced diversions. It initiates a trip abroad or a visit to a psychiatrist, creating new experiences and external stimuli to break the cycle of rumination. Embracing newness. The gradual introduction of new activities, people, and perspectives helps to reorient the mind away from the past. This intervention is not about immediate erasure of pain, but about a strategic redirection of energy. It forces the individual to engage with new realities, laying the groundwork for eventual emotional processing. The camel's pace, time and emotional processing. An ancient Arabic saying, "The soul travels at the pace of a camel," aptly illustrates the stark difference in processing speed between our logical and emotional minds. While the logical mind grasps loss instantly, the emotional mind takes its time, sometimes months or even years, to fully absorb the reality of absence. A newfound equilibrium, moving forward. Pact of coexistence. The minds agree. Love can persist, but other experiences must also be embraced. Weakening of memory. The intensity of past memories fades, allowing new thoughts to occupy the emotional space. Cautious approach to love. The logical mind learns to respect love's power while acknowledging its capacity for injury. Ultimately, a delicate pact is forged between the logical and emotional minds. The emotional mind may continue to hold a thread of enduring affection, but its grip loosens as new life experiences seize its attention. Memory, blessedly, begins to weaken its hold, allowing space for other thoughts and feelings. The logical mind, now scarred but wiser, approaches future love with a newfound caution, recognizing its thrilling force but also its unparalleled capacity to wound. This journey through heartbreak, though agonizing, ultimately leads to a more mature and resilient understanding of ourselves and our capacity for love.